Hey there, everybody, and welcome to my presentation on 3 money-saving tips that matter. I'd like to thank you for investing in affordable college prep, and please understand my intent here is that the small investment you have made in this presentation will allow you to save a lot of money throughout your college journey. These are things many students don't know about. Honestly, I didn't even know about them when I was in college as an undergraduate student or a graduate student. These are things I have learned over the years in working in colleges and talking with many college students. And I hope you find this very, very helpful. I'm going to start by stating the obvious that for many people, paying for college is a real challenge. Students often say that making ends meet throughout the college journey is quite difficult. College is expensive. There's tuition, housing, food, books, the necessary electronics you need, as well as other supplies, just to name a few. All of that can really add up. And most of us don't have that money readily available. So here are some of the important issues that you should be aware about. First, understand what the costs are in college and the various methods of payment. You can get money through grants, scholarships, and loans are the 3 big ways to pay for college. And my intent is that if you follow my website, you become more educated on these topics and learn how to save money. You want to be mindful of spending and budgeting. You hear that from many different people. Watch what you spend, be on a budget. And this is very important when you're in college where it's easy to spend a lot of money. Avoid credit cards if you can. You already may be saddled with a lot of debt to begin with through your student loans. So don't add on to that with credit cards. Credit cards have a much higher interest rates and can really add an extra burden to you. Now, please keep in mind, I'm not saying here be boring. Don't spend any money. Don't go out with your friends. Be a real dull person, hide in your room. College can offer many enriching experiences too. What I am saying is just be mindful of all your spending and be prudent in how you spend your money. College can also bring a lot of personal stress to students in many ways, but probably the primary way is just through money. And do you have enough money to get through every school year? So what I'm saying here is please learn how to become more educated at solutions. Let's look at an example of some tuition costs for college. The data you see here has been taken from a site called collegeboard.org. It is a not-for-profit site whose mission is to connect students with college success. Feel free to look them up, visit the site if you'd like. They can offer very helpful resources for you. Also note, these are not exact numbers. I've rounded them a little bit for the sake of making an easier example to present to you. But if we look at tuition costs per class for various types of colleges and universities, a private college, which is our most expensive alternative, an average class can cost you about $3,000. A public or state college or university, the average class is about a third of that, or $1,000. And for those attending a community college, the average cost per class is still even cheaper than that at $350. As I've mentioned to you, I will show you 3 distinct ways with which you could save a lot of money in this presentation. And the first one is through placement testing. And placement testing is exactly like it says. It's where you can take a test before you enroll in college, which will allow you to receive college credit for a particular college class, so long as you demonstrate competency in the class or the subject by receiving a certain grade on the test that you take. Now, many of you are probably familiar with advanced placement or AP classes and exams. They are rather popular in high school. This is where you receive a class with a college level curriculum. You take a test afterwards in the class, and if you have a minimum score of a 3 or a 4, you may be eligible to receive college credit in that class for the school or schools you are applying to. Now you need to check with your schools you're applying to look into their AP policies, but it's a great way to save some money. Now, I know a lot of you are saying, Seidman, I'm familiar with AP classes and exams, and it's just not for me. Is there something else I can do? And there is. You can take a CLEP exam. CLEP stands for College Level Examination Program. These exams are considered easier than AP exams. I'll say it again. These exams are considered to be easier than AP exams, and yet you still receive college credit. You have to take the test, that's what the CLEP is, and you need a qualifying score. So you have to demonstrate ability in a certain subject. Now, there are 33 different examinations you can take. I have the website here on the bottom, clep.collegeboard.org, where you can go to and you could look into a little more the particular classes, the CLEP exams that are available to you. The cost is $85 to sign up and take the exam, free for active military personnel. So this can be a really good alternative for you to place out of a class, especially if there's a subject out there that you enjoy and you enjoy studying and learning more about. Now, CLEP exams, anyone can take them. They tend to be popular with older students returning to college. Homeschool students tend to take CLEP exams, or members of the military can take CLEP exams as well, and they don't have to pay the test fee, as I see here, as long as they're active military. And anyone can take them. Great way to receive college credit and save some money. A couple of important things before we move on, and I'll show you how much money you can save. Academic studies have shown that satisfactorily completing these exams can lead to a better academic outcome, which means that students that have demonstrated mastery in these subjects and satisfactorily completed these exams are more likely to not only graduate from college, but graduate in a timely manner. So it's important. A little work up front, reviewing some of this material, taking an exam can really help you with your college success. So give it a good think. Just don't discount this. And lastly, it's important to check with your school to review their placement policy. So go to the websites of the colleges you're interested in. Go into the search bar they have on top, type in CLEP, and it'll reveal what their CLEP policy is, what classes and exams can be placed out of through the CLEP exam. So that's a great way to start. So let's get to the good stuff now. Let's see how much money you can actually save by satisfactorily completing a CLEP exam. And I've brought back our numbers on the average cost per class. I have them in this column here. So you can see them again, $3,000 for a class at a private school, $1,000 for a class in a public school, and a typical class in a community college will cost $350. Now, in the second column here, I have the cost of the CLEP exam, $85 to take the exam, but I've included $15 extra for resources you might want to purchase to help you prepare. There are many ways to get the resources, so something that you will need as part of studying and taking the exam. So to make it easy, $100 for the cost of taking the CLEP exam. So if we subtract the cost of taking the CLEP exam from the cost per class, we come up with the savings per class that we see here in this column. Now take a look at this because this is significant. A class at a private college or private university, you can save $2,900 by completing the CLEP exam. That's right, $2,900. A public college, you can save $900, and at a community college, you can even save $250, which is pretty good. So look at that again. That's good money. That is good money. So reflect on this and really give some thought about looking into a CLEP exam and taking the time to properly prepare, because this can save you a good deal of money. And if you're looking into college and you can get into a college, you got the smarts to do that, then you have the smarts to take a CLEP exam. So don't say that it's not for you. It is worth a try. Number 2, I am suggesting you look into taking the maximum credits allowed per semester. Now, when you pay your tuition dollars will go for X amount of credits every semester. Most students do not take the full amount of credits that they're allowed to. They take less. But you pay for a certain amount of credits. You might want to look into taking all the credits every semester that you were paying for. Here's how you start. You go to the course website, you go to the school website, your college website that you're looking into, and in the search box, you can type in course load or course load policy or student unit load policy, or even excess hours surcharge. This will tell you the total amount of credits every semester that you are paying for. That's course load and student unit load. Excess hours surcharge will tell you how much extra it costs you to take extra credits per term. Okay, so go to your website of the schools that you're interested in and type in course load policy or student unit load policy and see how many credits you are paying for every term. Now, this will vary per state. I can't give you a blanket number that's going to cover every school. This will depend on the state that you are planning to attend college in. Once you get that number, consider taking the maximum load if you can. Or if it's possible, and if you want to and you're eligible, you can take a little extra because it will cost you some extra money, but it usually costs you a little less than if you're taking a whole class at a regular term. Now, from doing this, you may be able to save one full semester and the related costs. So if every semester you're able to shave off one class from your matriculation, you might put yourself in a position where you can graduate one full semester early. Now, that's a lot of money. We'll look at that in just a second. But some of you might be saying, this looks good, Seidman, but it's really not for me. I'm really not that good of a student. I don't think it's in my best interest to take the best classes, the most classes that I can. And for you, I say, hogwash. Studies have actually shown that C students taking regular or full load classes benefit from this. It does not negatively impact them. Well, why is that? Because studies have shown the more classes that you take, the better you become at actually managing your time. So don't discount this. Don't say this isn't for me. Think about this because you can save some money. So let's look at how much money you can actually save by taking maximum course loads and reducing your college stay by one term, which in most colleges is usually about 4 or 5 classes, depending on the number of credit hours each class is worth. And I prepared another chart for you. And here I have numbers that are taken representing of the average annual tuition that you're going to pay at a private college, a public college, and a community college. So as you can see, a private college, annually, every year, your tuition runs on average $33,480. Public college, $9,650. And at a community college, on an average, you're paying $3,440 per year for your tuition. And this is just the cost of the classes that you're taking. So let's look at how much that costs per semester. Simple. We divide it by 2, and we get for a private college, per semester, your tuition is $16,740. Public college, you're paying just under $5,000 per semester. At a community college, $1,670 per semester. Now let's put this in the proper context. What we're saying is you've taken extra classes, the maximum number of classes you can take, and you pay for it every semester. By doing so, you've matriculated earlier. You could now be in a position where you can leave one semester earlier. And this is how much money you could save in tuition alone just from doing that. Now, just take a look at that. That's pretty good money. That's pretty good money. Now, please understand, I know that many of you might have the resources which to go to college and want to do the full 4 years of college, have the complete college experience. That's fine, and I certainly understand that. However, I know there are many of you out there that don't have the necessary resources you need with which to go to college. And you're taking out loans, you're incurring debt with which to do so. So look at this. Because if you can take extra classes per term and eliminate one semester from your college matriculation plan, this is the amount of money you can save by doing so. And this is just in tuition. There are other savings, of course, in the books and housing and meals and so forth that you pay for college. Plus, there's an opportunity cost. Now that you're graduating a little earlier, you can go out and start working a little earlier and start making some money. So I give this a think. This can be a very effective way with which many of you can save money. Third is the concept of dual enrollment. Dual enrollment is the program that allows high school students to take college level courses for credit while in high school. Now, you might know someone that did this, or this might even have been you, where in part of your high school experience, you or someone you know actually sat in regular college classes and took the classes and received college credit. But let's look at the concept of dual enrollment more closely. I want you to know that dual enrollment can also apply to receiving credit from another college or related institution while you're in college. Did you know that? This is also referred to as cross enrollment. And this is a concept many college students don't know about, and it is yet another way with which you can save a lot of money. So here's how it works. While you are enrolled in your college or university, you may be able to take courses at a less expensive college concurrently. So think about that. You're in your university and taking your classes, but your university, in many cases, will also allow you to be enrolled at another college, usually a community college, where you can take courses that are in your program for considerably less money. What you want to do is check with your school for eligibility requirements. See if this is something that you can really do. And I suggest, if it's possible, try and take your course at the local community college over the summer if possible. Here's why. Summer courses are good. I mean, nobody really likes sitting in school over the summer. Let's just get that out of the way. But from a teaching and learning perspective, summer classes tend to be a little more laid back. Students tend to do and perform better over the summer. So, summer at your local community college can be a great way with which to pick up credits for your college. Now, you want to check with your college or university about how you can go about being dual or cross enrolled. But once again, by doing this, you can take 3 or 4 classes at the community college instead of at your private college or your state public college. You can do that and you can save some significant money. So let's look at how much money you could save with these 3 options. And once again, I presented them on a chart for you to make it easier. This will be my last chart of this presentation. I know many of you are probably charted out, but take a good look at this. We have in the first column, or this column here, your savings for per class taking and properly completing and passing a CLEP exam. And in our second column here, we have how much money you can save per semester by taking the maximum number of courses that you're allowed to take. And finally, the money that you can save through dual or cross enrollment. And this is over a semester as well. Now, obviously, there's no money savings here because you're already at the community college. You're not going to go out and save money at the community college. But here we go. You might have a savings here if you're taking the classes in high school. So there could be some savings there. But take a look at these numbers. Add them up if you like, if you want to use all 3 options. Or you can see how much money you can save. Or if you want to try and take multiple CLEP tests, you can double or triple that. And give that a good think. This is a lot of money. And for many of you that are stretched in terms of your resources and looking at taking on significant debt with which to go to college, This is a very good thing. And now finally, or close to finally, I have some important concepts that you need to know before you begin undertaking these options. First, and probably the most important, is you want to get to know who your dedicated academic and or financial advisor is at the school where you'll be attending. Now, your professors might have some knowledge about this, but generally speaking, they do not know everything. Every school, every college has financial and dedicated academic advisors to you that are well schooled in these options. You want to make the effort to get to know who these people are, sit with them, and discuss this with them. Bring them cookies if you like. Everybody likes cookies. Who doesn't like cookies? Even chocolate cookies are good. These dedicated advisors will help you map out the strategy that could maximize your cost efficiencies through the options I just talked about. So don't do this on your own. Sit with them, put it in writing, and together you can chart out your path forward. And finally, and this is important, please don't think that the school just wants to take your money and they're not going to grant you these money saving options. No, that's not true. And I say that from someone who's worked in many schools. Schools want happy students. They want you to be enjoying your time in their college or university. They want you to be a happy student so that you retain and that you graduate. That's important to them. They are businesses as well as schools. You're the customer. They want to make sure their customer is happy. So you think that the school just wants to take your money and not going to do what it takes to help you save money, that is wrong. And if you're talking to an advisor and you feel that way, then you really want to talk to another advisor. And there are other ways with which you could save money throughout your college experience. You can Google these. They're readily available. You can talk to people that have been through college, and they'll tell you that themselves. I have them written for you here. Textbooks, obviously, there are a lot of ways students can save money at textbooks rather than just going to the dedicated campus bookstore and buying the new copy. Dorm room supplies, ways to save on food, taking advantage of the college's amenities such as the gym, rather than paying for your own gym membership. Take advantage of free video and music streaming services, and there are transportation options that are much more cost effective to you. This is just a short list. You should go ahead and Google this and you can find out for yourself and learn other ways with which you can save money with your college. But the three big ways to save money I presented to you in this presentation. And they are, again, number one, looking into AP and/or CLEP tests, preparing for them properly, and getting the score you need with which to place out of a class. Two, take the maximum number of credits you can, and you are allowed to take every semester. You pay for these classes, so take advantage of that. And three is the concept of dual or cross enrollment, where you are taking classes concurrently for a lot less money at a local community college. All right. I truly hope that I helped you. I truly hope that I saved you money. And please continue to check in on us at Affordable College Prep and affordablecollegeprep.com for many more ways with you can save money throughout your college journey. Thanks again, everybody.